Chosen ones, what I am about to share with you may take you by surprise, perhaps even stir your soul in ways you were not prepared for. Know this: it is no mere coincidence that you have come across this message at this very moment. It is by the guiding hand of God that you are here, drawn to this transformative revelation. You are standing on the threshold of something monumental, a divine shift in your life. You are moving from merely desiring to actually receiving. Indeed, what I speak of is true. Those long-held prayers, the hopes that have dwelled in the deepest corners of your heart, and the dreams that once seemed distant and unattainable are no longer mere yearnings. They are now on the verge of becoming your reality. This transition is not a trivial change of thought. It is a profound spiritual and energetic transformation that is taking place. As one of God's chosen, you are about to witness the alignment of circumstances in your life with such grace and swiftness that you will be left in awe. However, to fully step into the blessings that God has meticulously prepared for you, it is vital that you understand how this shift works, so that your heart and soul can align with it. Only then can you embrace the fullness of your purpose and the desires placed upon your heart. Prepare yourself for the divine shift. Before we continue, I urge you to take a moment to engage with this message on a deeper level. I ask that you do 3 simple things. First, press the like button. Second, subscribe to our channel, helping us reach 100,000 subscribers. And third, comment the number 77. This number is not a random symbol. Throughout the Bible, numbers carry profound spiritual significance. By commenting 77, you are sending a clear signal to the divine, signaling that you are prepared to receive the blessings about to unfold in your life. Think of the story of Joshua and the walls of Jericho. Those walls fell because the people aligned themselves in purpose and faith, marking their readiness through their symbolic actions. Your comment here is your declaration of readiness. And mark my words, if you are truly among the chosen, you will feel a deep resonance within you as you continue watching this message. Your spirit will confirm that this message is for you. However, if this truth is not yet meant for you, you may find yourself drawn away before the end. Now, let us explore the profound power of desire. When we speak of desire, we are not merely acknowledging a fleeting wish or a passing thought. No, desire is something far more significant. It is the recognition of a sacred gap, a space between where you are now and where you are divinely destined to be. This gap is not simply a mental or emotional experience, it is a spiritual awakening. Desire, in its purest form, reflects an inner knowing that you were created for something greater. It is a divine calling, a whisper from God that there is more purpose, more growth, and more fulfillment awaiting you. Yet, within this awareness often stirs a deep longing, a yearning that something important remains just out of reach. This longing can be intense, at times overwhelming, leaving us with feelings of frustration, impatience, and even anxiety. But let me tell you this longing is not a curse, it is a divine blessing, a sign that you are being led towards something extraordinary. Desire is not a burden to bear. It is, in fact, a divine force, a spiritual flame that ignites the fires of creation within you. The Bible illustrates this truth time and again. Take the story of Hannah from 1 Samuel. Hannah desired a child more than anything, and in her heartfelt prayer, she poured out her soul to God. Her longing led her into a sacred covenant with the Lord, and through her unwavering faith, she was blessed with the son she had so deeply prayed for. Samuel, her son, grew to become one of the greatest prophets in Israel. What if your own desires are calling you into a deeper alignment with God's divine plans? Could it be that your longings are not just wishes but a signpost, leading you closer to your divine purpose? Let us now consider the transition from wanting to having. Many of us find ourselves stuck in a cycle where desire remains just that, something to be wished for but never quite attained. Why is that? The root of this struggle often lies in how we approach our desires. When our desires are not transformed by faith, they keep us trapped in a mindset of lack. Each time we say, "I want this," or "I need that," we are affirming that the thing we desire is still out of reach, reinforcing the gap between us and our blessing. But consider the words of Jesus in Mark 11 verse 24, "Whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours." This passage calls us to shift our mindset to move from a place of yearning to a place of confident expectation. Desire, when paired with unwavering faith, transforms into the belief that what we seek is already on its way. It is not a distant hope, but an imminent reality. Could it be that your longing, if held too tightly, becomes a barrier? Could releasing that desire into trust be the final step toward fully receiving the blessings God has prepared for you? Let go of the mindset of lack and embrace the certainty that what you desire is already on its way. The shift from wanting to having is not just a mental change, it is a spiritual reawakening. You are not merely waiting for your desires to be fulfilled. You are stepping into a new realm where your desires are already aligned with God's perfect will. Embrace this truth, for it is your time to receive the role of a co-creator. Dear chosen ones, you are not destined to stay trapped in the endless cycle of wanting. Your journey is different, unique, and filled with boundless potential. You possess the power to transform your energy from a place of longing to one of actively receiving and having. This profound shift begins when you realize that desire is not the end point, but merely the starting point of your journey. It is the spark that ignites the fire within you. By stepping into your role as a co-creator alongside God, you align your spirit with the deep belief that your desires are already in the process of moving toward you. In this space, you are not a passive observer, you are an active participant in God's magnificent plan, transitioning from someone who yearns for blessings to someone who is prepared and eager to receive them. This transformation is not just a shift in thought, but a shift in being. It enables you to move from a place of yearning for your dreams to a space where blessings flow effortlessly into your life. This change is truly profound, for it takes you from a position of longing to one of fullness, of fulfillment, where you begin to embrace the reality of what has already been promised. The Bible provides powerful examples of this transformation. Take the story of the prophet Elijah, who during a devastating drought prayed for rain. But rather than waiting passively for an answer, he actively demonstrated his faith by sending his servant to the sea repeatedly, unwavering in his belief that rain was coming. He did not just hope for a miracle, he prepared for it, knowing deep in his soul that God's promises are always certain, always fulfilled. 1 Kings 18 verse 41 to 45. Elijah's actions were not passive, they were filled with a resolute, unshakable faith that transformed his desire into reality. His faith was not merely a wish, it was a certainty, a knowing that God would answer. Could it be that God is inviting you to make the same shift? To move from waiting to preparing, from wanting to welcoming? How might your life be different if, instead of constantly longing for a breakthrough, you trusted that it is already unfolding right now in this very moment? Embrace the role of co-creator with God, knowing that when you step forward in faith, with an open heart, your desires will transform into tangible reality. Let us explore this concept even further. The moment you transition from a mindset of want to one of having, you create a powerful energetic shift within yourself. No longer will you focus on what is lacking, you will start to embody the belief that what you desire is already within your reach. This transformation is not just a matter of thinking differently or speaking affirmations, it is a profound change in how you move, think, and feel. You begin to walk as if your desires have already arrived, as though they are already part of your reality. This shift bridges the gap between longing and manifestation, drawing your dreams closer to you with an irresistible magnetic force. It is a shift rooted in belief so deep that it cannot be swayed. Here, faith becomes more than just a hopeful wish, it becomes the unshakable foundation upon which your desires rest. Faith is not simply a hope that one day your dreams will come true, it is the absolute assurance that they are already on their way to you. As the Bible teaches us in Hebrews 11 verse 1, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. This divine assurance changes your inner dialogue. No longer do you say, "I want," but rather, "I have." As you embrace this mindset, you align with the universal truth that what you seek is also seeking you. This transformation accelerates the manifestation of your desires, propelling you from a place of longing to one of joyful receiving. Consider the story of Abraham. God promised him that he would be the father of many nations, even though he was well beyond childbearing age and had no children. Yet Abraham's faith did not falter. He lived his life as if the promise had already been fulfilled. Romans 4 verse 17 beautifully captures this faith, describing God as one who gives life to the dead and calls into being things that were not. Abraham's unwavering belief in God's promise collapsed the distance between promise and fulfillment, turning him not just into a hopeful man, but into one who saw the blessings already in his grasp. Could it be that this shift is the key to manifesting your own desires? How would your life change if instead of asking, when will it happen or why hasn't it happened, yet you simply carried yourself as though what you are praying for is already on its way to you? Imagine the peace, the joy, and the readiness to receive that would fill your heart, knowing that the blessings prepared for you are already coming into your life. Instead of asking, why isn't it here, yet you begin to live in the frequency of knowing that it already is. You begin to expect the fulfillment of your desires, understanding that even if the timing looks different than you imagined, it is still perfect, because God's timing is always perfect. Chosen ones, understand this: the universe is constantly responding to your energy. If you continue to emit the energy of lack and wanting, that is what you will continue to experience. But the moment you shift your energy to that of having, everything will begin to align. You will start to see signs, synchronicities, and opportunities that match the frequency of what you desire. Doors that once seemed closed will swing wide open, resources will flow to you effortlessly, and the very things you have been praying for will begin to manifest before your eyes. Here's the key: you must believe it before you can see it. You must embody the energy of having, even when it hasn't yet manifested in the physical world. This is where many people stumble. They lose faith when they don't see immediate results. But this is not how manifestation works. Just because you cannot see something yet does not mean it is not in the process of coming to you. The universe is always working behind the scenes, orchestrating events and aligning circumstances in ways you cannot yet understand. Your role, chosen ones, is to remain aligned with the energy of having. Speak as if it's already done. Act as though it's already yours. Feel the emotions of gratitude, joy, and excitement as if your desires have already manifested. When you do this, you are not merely hoping for something to happen, you are actively commanding it into existence. You are co-creating with God, and that is a powerful place to be. The universe listens to the energy you project, and when you align with abundance, the universe responds in kind. So, the next time you find yourself longing for something, remember this: you are not meant to live in a state of want or lack. You are meant to shift from a mindset of yearning to one of already having. You are meant to step into your divine role as a co-creator and claim what is rightfully yours. When you do, the universe will swiftly respond to the energy you radiate, bringing your desires into your reality in ways you could never have imagined. Shifting from a mindset of wanting to one of having is not simply a mental exercise, it is a profound transformation that rewires your approach to life, changing how you think, feel, and act. The difference between wanting and having is rooted deeply in perception, how you view your relationship with your desires. When you are in a state of wanting, you send out a subtle signal to the universe that something is missing from your life. This creates an energetic barrier, one that keeps you distant from your dreams. Each time you say, "I want this" or "I need that," you affirm to yourself, to others, and to the universe that your dreams are out of reach. As long as you continue to believe that, the universe will mirror that lack back to you, perpetuating the cycle of unfulfilled longing. This mindset traps you in a state of lack. Your focus becomes fixated on what is not present in your life, and that lack becomes your dominant energy. Since energy attracts like energy, this mindset only attracts more lack into your experience. It's a powerful, yet often unnoticed force. Think of the Israelites wandering in the wilderness. Every time they focused on their unmet needs, they found themselves confronting even more obstacles, reinforcing the very sense of lack they were struggling with. But when they shifted their focus to gratitude and trusted in God's provision, miraculous blessings appeared: manna from heaven, water from rocks, and more. Exodus 16. Their change in perspective unlocked a flow of abundance that had been waiting for them all along. Could it be that your own perception of lack is blocking the blessings that are already reserved for you? Here is a powerful truth. Chosen ones, when you shift your mindset to one of already having, you begin telling a new story to the universe. No longer do you affirm what is missing, but you embody the energy of already having it. Instead of waiting in need, you live with a spirit of thankfulness, as though your blessings have already arrived. This shift in energy aligns you with the abundant flow of the universe, and the universe in turn responds to this vibration, bringing more of what you are truly ready to receive. Reflect on Jesus' words in Mark 11 verse 24, when he tells his followers, "Whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours." This is not merely an instruction to hope, but a call to fully embody faith. It is an invitation to feel as though the blessings you desire are already in your possession. So ask yourself what might change in your life if you began each day with a spirit of gratitude for things that have not yet manifested. How would your life transform if you carried yourself as though the blessings you long for are already here, filling your heart with peace and readiness to embrace all that is coming your way? How do you make this shift? It begins with awareness. You must become deeply aware of your thoughts and how often they reflect a mindset of lack. Every time you catch yourself thinking, "I wish I had this," or "I need that," pause and reframe the thought. Instead, say to yourself, "I am grateful that this is already mine, even if it has not yet appeared in your physical reality." Speak, feel, and act as if it is already done. This simple but profound shift will begin to reshape your energy, realigning you with the abundance and blessings that have always been yours, just waiting for you to claim them. Aligning with higher truth in manifestation. Manifestation is not about tricking your mind or pretending to believe in something that is not yet real. It is about aligning yourself with a higher truth, understanding that the desires you hold in your heart are already being created in the spiritual realm and are making their way to you. The key to manifesting these desires is to allow them to flow into your physical reality, which requires you to shift your energy from one of lack to one of abundance. This means you must focus on the energy of having rather than constantly wishing or wanting. One of the most powerful tools in this process is gratitude. When you practice gratitude, you send a message to the universe that you are already abundant, regardless of your current circumstances. Gratitude transforms your mindset, shifting your focus from scarcity to fulfillment, which accelerates the manifestation process. Instead of dwelling on what you lack, take a moment to appreciate what you already have. By recognizing the abundance in your life, whether it's your health, relationships, or experiences, you naturally raise your vibration, bringing you into harmony with the energy of having. Visualization also plays a pivotal role in this process. Each day, take time to envision yourself already living the life you desire. Picture yourself in the home you've always dreamed of, or share an intimate moment with the partner you've been praying for. Feel the emotions of joy, peace, and satisfaction as though everything has already manifested. As you engage in this practice, you are training your subconscious to accept this vision as your new reality. The more you believe it, the more the universe aligns with your thoughts, and it will begin to reflect that back to you in physical form. Another important aspect is to start acting as if your desires are already yours. This doesn't mean spending beyond your means or making rash decisions. Instead, it means embodying the energy of the person who has already attained what they want. If financial freedom is your goal, ask yourself, how would you live if you had already reached that level of abundance? If a loving relationship is what you seek, how would you carry yourself if you were already in that partnership? By stepping into that energy now, you create the space for your desires to enter your life quickly. The power of a mindset shift. Those who understand the deeper truth of manifestation know that the shift from wanting to having is not about forcing things to happen. It's about allowing them to come to you effortlessly. When you move from a state of longing to one of already having, you stop chasing your desires. Instead, you begin to attract them because your energy is aligned with their manifestation. This is the essence of the mindset shift. It is available to you right now, and it is one of the most powerful changes you can make in your journey towards fulfillment. Trusting divine timing. As you begin to understand the importance of shifting from wanting to having, you are ready to explore another crucial aspect of manifestation: divine timing. This concept can be one of the most difficult to embrace, as it requires you to surrender control over the when and how of your desires. It's easy to become frustrated or anxious when things don't unfold on your timetable, but the reality is that divine timing works on a much grander scale. It is not governed by human expectations or deadlines. Instead, it operates within the sacred framework that aligns every moment, event, and blessing with its perfect timing. You may have heard the phrase, "Trust the process." While it may sound simple, it holds a profound truth. Divine timing is not about rushing or forcing things. It is about recognizing that everything is happening in its right moment. Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1 reminds us that to everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under heaven. God's plan for you is not rushed. It is not hurried. It is deliberate and filled with purpose, even when it seems like things are taking longer than you expect. Living in a world that thrives on instant gratification can make it difficult to trust that things are unfolding exactly as they should. But God's timing is far more considerate, not just of your immediate desires, but of the bigger picture, the path that will lead you to your greatest good. Sometimes waiting for the perfect timing is difficult because we may wonder, why isn't this happening yet? Or is this ever going to come to pass? These moments of frustration can stir doubt in our hearts and cloud our faith. But James 1 verse 6 to 8 teaches us that doubt only makes us like a wave of the sea, blown and tossed by the wind. It becomes harder to receive what God has in store when we give in to doubt and impatience. The path of the chosen is one of unwavering faith. It's about saying, "I know it's already done." This statement goes beyond wishful thinking. It is a profound act of trust in God's perfect timing. When you let go of the need to control the outcome and release the anxiety about when your desires will manifest, you align yourself with the divine timing that is always perfectly synchronized with your highest good. Imagine the peace you would feel if you fully embraced this trust. What would change in your life if you could rest in the certainty that God's timing is always precise? No event is ever too early or too late. It is always right on time. When you allow yourself to step into this trust, your heart opens to receive, and you will experience the deep peace that comes with knowing that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Embracing faith in manifestation, a journey of trust and surrender. Faith is not merely an abstract concept, it is the lifeblood of manifestation, a force that bridges the gap between the desires you hold in your heart and the reality you experience. It is the unwavering trust that, even in the absence of visible evidence, what you seek is already on its way. True faith transcends doubt and fear, believing in the unseen and stepping boldly into the future as if it is already unfolding before you. This kind of belief is at the core of genuine manifestation, for it holds the power to transform wishes into tangible experiences. When you embrace faith, you harness the energy of already possessing your desires. You vibrate with the frequency of fulfillment, even before the physical world mirrors your wishes. Without this faith, the journey from longing to receiving is obscured by doubt, a shadow that clouds your path. Doubt weakens the manifestation process, sending conflicting signals that disrupt the flow of blessings. One moment you affirm, "I have it," and the next, doubt sneaks in, unraveling the energy you just created with your positive affirmation. Faith is not passive. It requires you to trust that the universe or God's divine plan is unfolding exactly as it should. The journey of the chosen is one where faith remains steadfast, unshaken by the challenges of life. It is in these moments of uncertainty that we learn to trust in divine timing, knowing that we are in perfect alignment with the greater plan. Faith is the foundation upon which all miracles stand, the solid ground that supports us as we step into the unknown with confidence. But manifestation requires more than just faith, it also requires surrender. Surrender is the practice of releasing the need to control how and when your desires will manifest. It is about relinquishing the weight of impatience and letting go of resistance. When you surrender, you open yourself to the infinite possibilities the universe has to offer, possibilities that often surpass your expectations. It is not about giving up on your desires, but rather trusting that they are already being taken care of in divine timing and with divine wisdom. Consider the example of Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane, where he prayed, "Not my will, but yours be done," Luke 22 verse 42. This profound act of surrender demonstrated complete trust in God's plan, even in the face of great uncertainty. When we surrender, we align ourselves with this divine example, knowing that God's plan is always perfect, even when we do not understand it in the moment. The first step in releasing resistance is to recognize where you are holding on too tightly. Are you obsessing over the timing of a particular outcome, or perhaps doubting your own worthiness to receive your desires? These are the areas where resistance thrives and where faith and surrender must take root. Once identified, it is essential to acknowledge these feelings without judgment and then gently release them. One powerful way to release resistance is through prayer or meditation. Find a quiet space, connect with your inner self, and invite God's presence to guide you. Ask for help in letting go of fears or doubts that are holding you back. Visualize yourself placing these worries into God's hands, knowing that He will handle them with love and wisdom. Feel the weight lifting as you surrender your concerns and trust that you are being supported. Another practice is detachment, not detaching from your desires, but from the need to control them. Detachment means trusting that the universe will bring your desires to you in the most beautiful and surprising ways. By releasing the desire to control the outcome, you create space for unexpected blessings and opportunities to flow into your life. When you detach from expectations, you remain open to the many ways in which your desires can manifest, often in forms better than you imagined. Gratitude is also a powerful tool in the process of surrender and manifestation. When you focus on what you already have, you shift your energy from a state of lack to one of abundance. This shift not only helps dissolve any lingering doubts or fears, but it also aligns you with the frequency of receiving. As you express gratitude for what you have, you send a clear message to the universe that you are ready to receive even more. This attitude of appreciation amplifies the flow of blessings into your life, creating a cycle of giving and receiving that perpetuates itself. It's essential to release any lingering feelings of doubt, fear, or unworthiness. These emotions are lower vibrational energies that block the flow of abundance. If you find yourself feeling these emotions, acknowledge them without judgment, but do not dwell on them. Remind yourself that you are worthy of all the blessings the universe has to offer. You are a chosen one, and abundance is your birthright, waiting for you to claim it. As you align more deeply with the frequency of abundance, your external reality will begin to shift. Opportunities will appear, doors will open, and the things that once seemed out of reach will come closer. This is the power of manifesting through faith and surrender. The process accelerates and brings your desires to you more effortlessly. The manifestation journey is not just about receiving material wealth or success, it is about embodying the energy of abundance in every area of your life. When you live in alignment with this energy, you invite greater peace, joy, and fulfillment into your life. This is the true essence of abundance, and when you embrace it fully, your life becomes a reflection of your deepest desires, realized in perfect harmony. To releasing resistance. Beloved ones, as you journey along the path from longing to having, there is an essential step that often goes unnoticed but holds immense power: the act of surrender. It is vital to align yourself with the energy of abundance, but equally important is the need to release any resistance that may obstruct the natural flow of your desires. Resistance can manifest in various forms: doubt, fear, impatience, or the desperate urge to control the how and when of your dreams unfolding. These energies block the blessings that are already making their way toward you. But to truly embrace the transition from wanting to having, you must let go and trust in the divine timing that orchestrates all things. Surrendering does not mean abandoning your dreams, rather, it is the release of the need to control every detail of how they will manifest. Resistance builds when we force outcomes, creating a strain in our hearts and minds. This internal conflict serves as a barrier, slowing the arrival of what we seek, or at worst, preventing it altogether. Consider the story of Sarah, the wife of Abraham. In her impatience to see God's promise come to fruition, she took matters into her own hands, urging Abraham to have a child with Hagar, Genesis 16. This act of controlling the timing and method of God's promise sowed discord and led to unintended consequences. The contrast here is stark. Surrendering allows God's will to unfold in ways that are far more perfect than we could ever envision or plan. The beauty lies in trusting that divine timing will bring our desires to us in its own perfect way. What if, instead of holding tightly to every detail, you chose to release your grip and simply trust that the universe is working in your favor? Imagine the peace and tranquility that would settle into your life, knowing that you do not have to bear the weight of orchestrating every moment. Jesus reminds us in Matthew 6 verse 34 not to worry about tomorrow, for each day has its own burdens to carry. Surrendering is an act of profound faith, one that allows the universe to manifest your desires in the most divine and flawlessly timed way. Could it be that your own resistance is the very force keeping your blessings at bay? How might your experience change if you chose to trust, knowing that the timing and delivery of your desires are being guided by a higher wisdom? Embrace surrender, for it clears the path for divine grace to flow into your life, bringing blessings in ways you may never have imagined. The act of surrender requires deep trust. You must believe that the universe knows exactly what is best for you and that all things are unfolding precisely as they should. This can be difficult, especially when you have waited long or when things don't seem to be moving as quickly as you would like. But remember, dear ones, divine timing is always perfect. Just because the results are not visible yet does not mean they are not on their way. Practical steps for surrender. One of the most powerful ways to practice surrender is through meditation and mindfulness. When you meditate, you quiet your mind and connect with your higher self. In this sacred space, you can release the worries, doubts, and fears that may be hindering your progress. It is in this state of stillness and peace that you can surrender your desires to the universe with trust and faith, allowing the process to unfold naturally. You let go of the need to know how or when your dreams will come to life, and simply trust that they will. Another key aspect of surrender is detachment. Detachment does not mean you stop caring about your desires, it simply means you release your emotional attachment to the outcome. When you are emotionally attached to a specific result, you create resistance, rooted in the fear that you may not get what you want. Detachment frees you from this fear, allowing you to maintain peace in your heart. You understand that no matter how your desires manifest, whether in the exact form you imagined or in a completely different way, you will be okay. This state of detachment accelerates the manifestation process because it keeps you in alignment with trust and calm. Surrendering also involves being open to receiving in ways you might not have anticipated. Often, the universe delivers our desires in forms different from what we expected. If we cling too tightly to a specific outcome, we may miss out on something even greater. By surrendering, you create the space for the universe to bring you what is truly for your highest good, even if it looks different than what you first envisioned. When you let go of resistance and surrender to the natural flow of the universe, you open yourself up to receiving in ways that exceed your imagination. This is where miracles unfold. Your role is to align with the energy of abundance, and the universe will handle the rest. Surrender is not about giving up, it is about letting go of control and trusting that everything is working out for your highest good. When you release resistance and embrace this powerful act of faith, you make room for the universe's blessings to flow freely into your life. Living in the state of having. Chosen ones, now that you have fully embraced the transformative shift from wanting to having, attuned yourself to the abundant energy that surrounds you, and tapped into the immense power of surrender, you are now prepared to experience the profound change that comes from fully embodying the state of having. This is not just a simple change in your thinking, it is about deeply internalizing your divine power and moving through life with the understanding that everything you have ever desired is already yours because, on a spiritual level, it truly is. Living in this state is not about chasing after external validation or searching for proof of your worth in the world around you. You come to realize that abundance begins from within, and the mere presence of your desire is a divine signal that your blessings are already on their way. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, responds to your clarity and the energy you align with. At this point, you may find yourself asking, how can I live in the state of having when I still perceive lack in my life? This is where your divine power truly shines. Living in the state of having does not require you to ignore or deny your present reality. It invites you to transcend it. You begin to understand that while some blessings may not yet be visible in the physical world, they are already present in the spiritual realm, waiting for the perfect moment to manifest. You are no longer defined by your current circumstances, but by your deep connection to the divine source of abundance. As co-creators with God, you are not merely passive recipients of blessings, you are active participants in the creation of your reality. Living in the state of having brings with it an immense sense of peace, a peace rooted in unwavering faith and trust. You no longer find yourself desperately chasing after your desires. Instead, you shift into a receptive flow, fully open to receiving everything that aligns with your highest purpose. This shift in mindset transforms your energy, turning you into a powerful magnet for what is destined for you. Opportunities, relationships, and resources effortlessly flow into your life, all in perfect harmony. In this space, your goals take on an entirely new meaning. You no longer pursue them out of a sense of lack or a desire to fill a void. Rather, your goals become expressions of divine expansion, reflections of the abundance already thriving within you. You are not seeking completeness because you are already whole. Instead, you are expanding upon the fullness that already exists within you. As Romans 8 verse 28 reminds us, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. Trust in the divine orchestration of your life, knowing that every step, every delay, and every obstacle is serving a higher purpose. Instead of seeing challenges as barriers, begin to perceive them as necessary steps that are guiding you toward even greater blessings. What if each delay is not a setback but a divine setup, preparing you for something even more magnificent than you could ever have imagined? Trust in divine timing, releasing the need to control when and how your desires will unfold. When you live in the state of having, you are no longer bound by impatience or anxiety. Instead, you find yourself immersed in a deep, unshakable assurance that everything is unfolding in perfect order, always for your highest good. Embrace this state of having with open arms, knowing that you are not only worthy of your desires but are already deeply connected to them in spirit. Living in the state of having is not just a personal journey, it extends outward to others. You no longer feel the need to compete or compare yourself to those around you. Instead, you celebrate the successes of others, knowing that abundance is infinite, and there is more than enough for everyone. This state is expansive, vibrant, and rooted in love. As you continue living in the state of having, your life will begin to shift in profound ways. You will no longer see obstacles as insurmountable challenges, but as opportunities for growth and expansion. You will embrace change, recognizing that it is an essential part of your journey toward divine fulfillment. Living in this state becomes a daily practice of aligning with abundance, trusting the process, and embracing your divine power as a co-creator. Gratitude will become your foundation, and as you release fears and attachments to specific outcomes, blessings will flow to you effortlessly. In time, the results of living in the state of having will become undeniable. Life will flow more effortlessly, synchronicities will increase, and you will find yourself in the right place at the right time, meeting the right people and receiving exactly what you need. This is the true magic of living in abundance. It creates a ripple effect that touches every part of your life, amplifying the blessings that come your way. Chosen ones, as you continue to embrace your divine power and live fully in the state of having, your connection to your higher self will grow stronger. Your intuition will sharpen, and you will receive clear guidance at every turn. Doubts will no longer hold you back, and you will walk your path with confidence and purpose, trusting that you are always guided by a higher power. Ultimately, Living in the state of having is about embracing your true nature as a divine being. You are not here to struggle or live in lack. You are here to thrive, expand, and experience the fullness of life in all its beauty. As you step into your role as a powerful co-creator, capable of manifesting anything your heart desires, you will begin to see just how abundant your life already is. Chosen ones, this is your moment, the moment you have been waiting for. The time has come for you to step into your divine power and embrace the abundant blessings that await you. It is time to trust the process, to surrender to the journey, and to believe that everything you have ever desired is already within your reach. There is no need to chase after your dreams any longer, no need to struggle or doubt. All you need to do is open your heart, trust in divine timing, and watch as the universe unfolds its blessings before you. This is not just a simple transition, but the ultimate shift from a place of yearning to a state of having, a journey that requires faith, surrender, and a deep connection with the divine alignment that is already in motion. As you continue to live in this truth, know that the universe is now aligning everything in your favor, ready to shower you with blessings beyond your wildest dreams. You are already abundant, you are already worthy, and you are already whole. Stand firm in this powerful truth, knowing that the energy you exude will create ripples in the universe, inviting the divine to flow through you. The shift has begun, and the manifestation of your dreams is already underway. Open your arms wide to receive the gifts that are headed your way, chosen ones, for they are already yours. If this message has touched your soul, we invite you to consider supporting us through the Super Thanks feature. Your support helps us continue sharing these powerful messages and providing inspiration to those who need it. Whether or not you choose to donate, we are deeply grateful for your presence, your listening, and your willingness to grow alongside us. Remember to like this video, subscribe to our channel, share this message with those who may benefit from it, and leave a comment below to share your thoughts and experiences. May God's blessings shower upon each and every one of you, filling your life with endless love, abundance, and grace.